because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best ever.
Yeah, I believe so.
You're seeing just like a totally different beast. He's
Just
super
nonstop,
and you can't
relentless.
You can't keep up with that.
Shakur, he boxes because he does step back, but then he comes in and jabs. And tries to counter. That's boxing.
Joe Rogan shared his thoughts on Shakur Stevenson's dominant performance against Teofimo Lopez, praising him as one of the top fighters in the sport. He emphasized Stevenson's accuracy, disciplined approach, and composure under pressure, highlighting how exceptional skill combined with relentless dedication can control the ring at the highest level.
Hard work. It's just hard work. I believe that, but man.
Yeah, but state of mind too. Like he believes it mentally.
But the amount of hard work is extraordinary to get to that.
Shakur Stevenson put on one of the most polished performances of his career, outmaneuvering Teofimo Lopez across 12 rounds to secure the WBO Junior Welterweight Championship and claim his 4th world title in a different weight class.
Action of it. Man, let me tell you, Shakur moved so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
He won all the rounds? Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the 4th round.
After the 4th round?
Yeah.
Teofimo, it seems like he couldn't just get it going. Like he just tried differently going up and down. The counters were getting him.
Yeah.
What could he done differently tonight?
I don't know. It's difficult to box against a great mover like that. And, he tried. He definitely tried. His dad was emotional. He wanted him to do better, but, this is boxing.
The judges all saw the fight in Stevenson's favor, with scorecards reading 119 to 109 across the board, underscoring just how thoroughly he controlled the bout from start to finish.
Just beautiful performance by Shakur, dominant, only lost a round. Was there any moment you had any doubt, or I don't know, but as the fight progressed, what were you seeing?
Well, actually, once I seen that he couldn't handle our hand speed, I really felt comfortable with that, I felt, that we could take risks and do more and whatnot, and as the fight went on, it seemed like it just got better, We was hoping that the pace would, kind of kick him off, kick in with him and slow him down, but I think he did to a point, but I think, his overall performance, he did well, like I said, we give a lot of respect to him. He's a formidable opponent, and Shakur just stayed with the game plan and just outscored him. We want to get ahead on the scorecards from the beginning, so we took it from there and just tried to stay ahead.
Joe Rogan shared that what has consistently impressed him about Stevenson is his elite defensive skill set and masterful technical ability inside the ring.
Shell since Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
His defense was incredible.
Yeah. Defense, and he stayed, and that guy was putting the guy from Golden Boy, I can't remember his name, who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah.
He stayed in the pocket.
He also said
people
he's
were
not going
calling
to
him a
fight that
runner
way
before.
anymore.
He's not a runner, yeah.
But he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket. Right. Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver medalist, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's elite. He's elite.
Yeah.
And just one of the best, as far as...
What stood out in this bout was how Stevenson seamlessly wove his defensive skills into his attacking strategy, turning protection into opportunity.
I thought that Teo is an elite guy, and he basically made him look quite average tonight. 4-division world champion, 28 years of age. What can you say?
Did anything surprise you about Teo's performance tonight? Because I almost feel like he's running out of ideas. But
I just think Shakur looked strong. Shakur looked like he was punching very hard. His jab was on point. His footwork was incredible. It's his timing. It's his fitness. He's a complete fighter.
Is Conor Benn realistic for Shakur Stevenson next?
Hold on, guys, you can't go through this.
No.
Conor Benn next.
We gotta get through. We love that fight.
Shakur recognized Lopez's bravery in defending his title, expressing respect on social media. Thank you for the opportunity. Teao. I respect you for stepping up and not shying away like so many others. Meanwhile, Lopez was visibly crushed and dejected after the fight. Struggling to find consistent defense, he sat in his corner clearly frustrated, facing the harsh reality of a night that never went in his favor.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing,
Your
man?
thoughts on tonight?
Just grateful to be here, man. That's all.
You put on a performance tonight and unfortunately came up short, but what was it that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson?
Nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the right plan. That's all. Better man won tonight. Good fan.
Do you feel like you'd like to run it back at some point with Shakur? I know you're someone that always wants to like that time Kambosos beat you. You want the dividends straight away, right?
We'll see what happens next, man. I'm gonna let my team do the work on that.
Teofimo, appreciate your time.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Bill Haney publicly praised Shakur Stevenson's performance, highlighting his tactical sharpness and in-ring efficiency, posting, "Great execution by Team Shakur." Analysts and fellow fighters took to social media and commentary platforms to share their admiration, emphasizing that Stevenson delivered a masterclass, not just offensively, but in minimizing incoming damage. Observers noted that Lopez struggled to impose his usual aggression because Stevenson consistently countered with precise timing, smart lateral movement, and clean shots. Even when Lopez attempted to rally in the middle rounds, Stevenson's defense remained solid, forcing Lopez to pause, adjust, and rethink rather than press forward.
I told y'all, man, 9-3, man. But I Teo lucky. How many rounds I gave him? Did they give him a round? Fucking bum. Get Teo out of here.
What could Teo done differently in this fight?
Nothing. He couldn't do nothing. He tried everything. What his dad said? I told everybody. That's what his dad said, right? I told everybody. Got in, man. Got in.
At what round did you feel like it was going to be just a takeover?
First round. I said it. First round. It's over with. It's going to be like this all night, man. All night.
Richardson, what's going to be next for Shakur Stevenson from now? What is going to be next after this?
I don't know. Whatever he want to do, man. Whatever he want.
Prior to the Stevenson versus Lopez matchup, veteran trainer and commentator Teddy Atlas broke down the fight, emphasizing that both men possess elite athleticism and technical ability. However, he highlighted that Lopez's mindset could play a critical role in the outcome. While acknowledging Lopez's strength and natural talent, Atlas also pointed out his history of inconsistency against top-tier opponents, noting that if Lopez wasn't fully focused and mentally locked in from the opening bell, Stevenson's methodical, disciplined style would likely take advantage of those lapses.
Listen, to me, you got to start with Teofimo's mindset. I mean, he's a terrifically talented fighter, but he can be hot and cold. And I think the hot and cold isn't really attached to his physical abilities or condition. I think it's mental. I think, is he in a mental good place? Is he mentally in a good place? I think that, I don't know if we know that for sure, but when he's in mentally a good place, he's a hell of a fighter. I think that what's interesting about this is that he might be the first fighter that Shakur has ever faced that can match him athletically. Speed, quickness, and surpass him in power. But match him with hand speed and leg speed. So that makes it very interesting. I'll tell you something that nobody would dare to say because it sounds ludicrous.
This analysis aligned with the larger pre-fight storyline surrounding Lopez, who has displayed moments of brilliance throughout his career, but has also been prone to emotional swings in high-stakes bouts. Those fluctuations can shift momentum quickly in a closely contested fight, if not controlled. On the other hand, Stevenson's deliberate approach, defensive intelligence, and composure under pressure appeared perfectly suited to exploit any mental lapses from Lopez, underscoring that this matchup was as much a battle of minds as it was a test of physical skill.
I think if Teo, look, Shakur's terrific, and he looked great in his last fight. But I think that if Teo is right mentally, he could possibly outbox Shakur. Nobody would think that.
What makes you say that?
Because of what I just said, his athleticism. He can match him athletically. And he's got a good enough IQ of this sport in the ring where I think that he could, if he has the right strategy, and he's right mentally, I said that already, but he could actually make Shakur come out of his comfort zone and have to come forward. which is really not his forte. His forte is to be a great defensive fighter, turn defense into offense, and be a great counterpuncher. He could maybe make him come, like, get off, get out, use his legs, and maybe put the emphasis on Shakur to have to go take the risk. That would be interesting.
There's another fight that's been announced today, Chisora against Wilder. Two guys coming to the end. What do you make of that fight?
I just don't want to see nobody get hurt. I think that, I love Shakur. He's one of my favorite people in the sport to be fighting.
Shakur Stevenson is widely regarded as one of the most technically skilled fighters in boxing today. A former Olympic silver medalist with an undefeated professional record. He's recognized for his elite defensive ability, precise southpaw footwork, and pinpoint accuracy in his punches. Stevenson has successfully competed across multiple weight classes and is now aiming to secure a world title in a 4th division. He has openly stated that his goal is to cement himself among the sport's all-time greats, not just to add another championship to his resume. Confident in his abilities, Stevenson believes his combination of skill, intelligence, and ring awareness will outclass Lopez, insisting that he has already faced Lopez at his best and is operating on a higher level.
I think the fight with Teo is either going to be you delivering a masterclass
or a knockout by Teo.
Yeah, or you getting into some type of brawl with Teo and end up getting knocked out, right? What are fans getting wrong about the matchup?
I think the fans is getting wrong about the matchup is where I'm not sleeping on that I know about Teo. Teo's a good boxer.
Mm-hmm.
He's boxer first. So we could say, oh, he's just going to knock you out. Or he's just going to... That's not him. He's boxing first. He's going to want to establish distance and range on the outside and try to beat me up on the outside. So I think that's the main thing. And also the biggest thing that everybody don't realize with me, I could punch.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody say, oh, he can't punch, and then boom, crack somebody, and then they laying down, or something may happen to where they hurt or something like that. So I think that's two big things where they don't understand.
Moving up to 140 pounds represents a defining chapter in Stevenson's career, as it marks his first professional fight at this weight class. Instead of taking a soft entry with a tune-up bout, he stepped directly into the ring against an established champion in Teofimo Lopez. Many experts have called this his most demanding challenge to date, as Stevenson leaves the lightweight division to face a physically stronger opponent who has not only captured the WBO junior welterweight title, but also defended it successfully multiple times. Stevenson has stated that he is pursuing greatness and has no interest in easing into this new division, choosing instead to embrace a high-risk, high-reward scenario.
Set this fight up, and I honestly did it because I wanted to push myself. I know that Teo is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level, and I feel like, well, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough set, so I'm ready.
Who were some of the other options you had?
Lamont Roach.
That would have been a real good fight, man. But I mean, Teo, he's a bigger name though, so I see why you went with him.
Yeah, bigger name, and also he got the more accolades. He's been undisputed before. He's won belts at 35, won belts at 30, at 40. So he's more accomplished. So I know that would be a better name on my resume.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that this is going to be a tough fight for you.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him. I chose this for that.
After Shakur Stevenson's dominant performance over Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia shared his thoughts on social media about what he witnessed at Madison Square Garden. On X, Garcia commented on Lopez's approach, stating, "Teofimo's game plan didn't work. He struggled to adapt and was constantly outmaneuvered by Stevenson's disciplined style." Garcia's observation reflected a widely held view that Lopez seemed off rhythm throughout the fight, unable to create openings or disrupt the flow controlled by the undefeated southpaw. Other fans and analysts online shared similar opinions, emphasizing how Stevenson's methodical strategy effectively neutralized Lopez's attacks, prompting many observers to break down exactly where the former champion fell short.
I mean, it didn't seem like it, but did Teo, I don't know, present any issues, or was there any adjustments he made that you guys had to adjust back to, or was...
No, because, a lot of stuff that he did, you know, we were familiar with and we game plan for it. So when we seen it, you know, it was pretty much was, you know, he didn't bring his problem. He didn't bring anything different to the ring that he's been doing. When you plan for a fight like this here, then you gotta have another game plan. A plan A, a plan B, and plan D. So he only had one plan. He thought that he was faster than us, and he thought that Shakur was slow. So that's where he made his biggest mistake at.
Right. Did Shakur ever, I think at one point he said something about like, he just said that he's stronger than him or something like that.
Shakur said, man, he ain't nowhere near as strong as me. So, you know, that worked to his advantage and to his confidence.
Right, so I
think Tio felt the difference, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you see, he wasn't aggressive. You know, he didn't try a lot of stuff.
Terrence Crawford spoke highly of Shakur Stevenson, calling him the next major talent in boxing now that Crawford has retired. He highlighted that Stevenson possesses all the skills, tools, and abilities needed to reach the sport's highest level. Crawford believes that a win over Teofimo Lopez would not only crown Stevenson a 4-division world champion, but could also elevate him into the top tier of the pound-for-pound rankings. Crawford, himself a 5-division champion, even suggested that Stevenson has the potential to equal or surpass that accomplishment. He expressed confidence that Stevenson could eventually become a 5-weight world champion, emphasizing his strong belief in Stevenson's talent. Crawford also noted that Stevenson has the potential to achieve even greater milestones than he did, encouraging him to continue growing and pushing the limits of what's possible in boxing.
The time for Shakur Stevenson, now that you've sort of sailed off into the sunset, done your thing in boxing, is he the sort of heir apparent to what was your throne? Do you look at him and go, you've all the ability, you've all the tools, obviously you've your friends as well as just someone who you've been in the gym with. Is he that guy now who becomes pound for pound number one if he beats Teofimo Lopez?
Well, yeah, for sure. When he beats Teofimo, he'll be a 4-weight world champion. You know, I'm a 5-weight world champion. I can see him becoming a 5-weight world champion as well. You know, Shakur got all the tools and all the abilities to do bigger and better things than me, and that's what I'm hoping for him to do.
People have compared you to the 4 kings, just something different. Who was your favourite of the 4, and stylistically, if you could have fought one of them prime for prime, who would you choose?
To be honest, I think I had a little bit of all.
Terrence Crawford addressed the actions of Teofimo Lopez Sr. directly, making it clear he has no interest in getting pulled into their attempts at drama. He explained that Lopez's father was attempting to provoke him with attention-seeking antics to hype a fight, but since Crawford is retired, he isn't engaging. He stressed that while promotion is part of the sport, there's no reason to involve someone who has already stepped away from competition. Crawford emphasized that he has no plans to return to the ring, making the constant provocation unnecessary. He straightforwardly told Lopez Sr. to stop the clowning, pointing out that not everyone finds it entertaining. The message was clear. Respect his retirement, leave him out of the drama, and focus on fighters who are still active.
Only with you and Teofimo Sr., I know there's been a little bit back and forth, more from Teofimo's side. You approached your father, you told him something. What is it that you told him? Because I know he was trying to get some antics towards you, and it didn't get to you.
No, I just told him about himself. He know what I said, but he got to stop being a clown, you know? Like, everybody not with the clown antics and things like that just because he want to sell a fight. It's cool to sell a fight, but I'm not fighting. Leave me alone. I'm retired. You don't got to make antics at me, you know.
When asked whether he had broken Teofimo Lopez's confidence during the bout, Shakur Stevenson confidently confirmed that he had. He explained that Lopez spent most of the fight focused on just surviving each round, struggling to execute his usual game plan. Stevenson described his strategy as methodical, systematically dismantling Lopez's defense and exploiting openings throughout the contest early on. Shakur recognized a clear physical edge, even telling his corner in the second round, "I'm stronger than he is." That awareness allowed him to control the tempo, forcing Lopez to react rather than dictate the action. By combining careful preparation, disciplined technique, and his physical advantages, Stevenson dominated the ring, leaving Lopez with very few meaningful opportunities and clearly establishing himself as a superior fighter that night.
I put the work in. I stayed disciplined throughout my camp. I was in tremendous shape, and T.O., he's a hell of a fighter, but I was the better man tonight.
Guys, just raise your hands, please, and the microphone will be brought to you. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, man. Great performance, obviously. Did you feel at some point that you demoralized him and he was just kind of trying to get to the finish line?
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. But yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he is.
Did you feel like you hurt him at any point in the fight?
Yeah, for sure. I hurt him a couple times. My jab, my left hand to the body, my left hand up top. I put on a great show tonight.
Did you think you was really going to beat him up that way?
Yes. I've been told you this. I told you this a minute ago. I said he's not on my level, and I proved it tonight. And shout out to you, bro. You're a hell of a fighter. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you went there and did what you were supposed to do. You dig deep and you did what you were supposed to do, and I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Shakur, hell of a fight, hell of a performance, right in the front, right in front. You seem to make it look real easy tonight. It had to be very frustrating for T.O.
How did you see it? Was Stevenson's display as dominant as the scorecards suggest? And did Lopez show enough fight to challenge him? Share your take in the comments below.